You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back, everybody. Round 2 tonight for Monday Night Thunder with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Midwest Barbecue Equipment 360 wing sprint cars in action for the first time ever in league competition on Monday night at Husets Speedway. We have been here. We have seen the big blocks. They put on a fantastic show to open up the season about 8 weeks ago. And we expect these 360 guys to come in here and knock it out of the park as well. Want to welcome everybody back. Hello, Mr. Bill. Glad you're back. I think I might have already told you this, Mr. Bill, but we are just waiting for the on-the-cup proof to come through so that we can finish the printing, and I'm hoping that happens by the end of the week. We'll have them in hand end of this week, first of next week, and then we'll get ready to start shipping out those over-under prizes. 25 Winged Warriors in here this evening. Right now, Josh Whiteman, the quickest of them all. He is at 10.55. That is getting around this little track. Hello, Deb. Deb here to see an old tiny dancer. Just over a quarter of a mile. Just a tick over a quarter of a mile. This oval shape. We will not have qualifying. They will random heat draw. We'll have what appears to be 3 heat races. Then we'll have us a couple of B mains. We will look for 22 drivers to make it into the 30-lap feature this evening. Taking a quick look at Gary with Seth Wansing, and he's supposed to be a 0, but I don't. I see him in the 16, which is fine. It's auto-generated. It's fine. It looks good. Alex Straczynski right in front of him. Both drivers trying to get in the pits, and Alex Straczynski decides to do a fence hop and fling that thing off into the pits. So practice session come to an end. And it'll be time at 9. Yeah, we're going to have 3 heat races. So let's get ready for the starting lineup. And it will be the aforementioned Seth Wansing in the 16. On the pole for heat number 1, he'll have Nick Nicodemus in the 10 on his outside. Your defending series champion in the 90, Trevor Royer. On the inside of row number 2, next to his teammate in the 25, Ryan Scheit. Making his long-awaited return, and albeit a short return because we wish him the best. He's going in for some surgery at the end of the week. Old Michael Sheridan there inside of row number 3 in the 15 car. He's been away for a long time. Glad to have him back. Hopefully he comes back after he's rehabilitated. He'll start next to the 23 of Alex Straczynski in that 3rd row. Your 4th row, Chris Sebeski, the 66 car next to the 32 of Anthony Morano. And then Preston Cottrell will bring that 07 car up on the rear of the field. Position number 9 for heat number 1. Two 10 cars in the field. Ryan Scheit shows 25, but he drives the 10. Straczynski. He has Michael Sheridan's car. That is a good-looking M&M painting a drywall car. And Morano and Sebeski. Sebeski in the 21, not the 66. And then you'll see Cottrell in that 7P back at the back. I don't know what I just missed on Facebook Messenger, but it was a lot. It was a whole lot. All right, pace truck. Gone. Out the way. Ready to go green for the first time at Husets Speedway 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Midwest Barbecue Equipment. We're underway. Wansing trying to hold the front, but he's got a heavy hitter right behind him. Now almost in front. Wansing will lead the first lap. Royer right there. Now gets the lead out of turn number 2. They're in a big 4-way battle behind Nicodemus, Sheridan, Straczynski, and Scheit are all right there together. Brings Sebeski into it as well. Lots of cars there around. Caution for the first time. I think Nicodemus may have jumped the cushion. Who knows? He may have gotten a little bit of help. We'll have to look and see. Got out of 4. Looks like he's okay. Sheridan right beside. Oh, got a little help. Got a little tap from Scheit getting into the corner. Quick 360. No harm, no foul. We'll slow things down. That'll bring a couple of cars to the back. I think it's Nicodemus and Scheit going to the back. Nicodemus has to go to the back because that's what iRacing sees as the caution, and Ryan Scheit with the tap-out rule, he will call out that he was the one that turned the 10 car, and that both 10 cars will go to the back. We'll regroup these guys single file on the restarts. We still got 5 laps remaining. Be sure to tell Jane for me too, Bill. We're getting really close on this. So Royer, Wansing, Sheridan, Shazinski, Morano, Sebeski, Cottrell, and then our 2 drop to the rear cars. The spin-out car and the claim car back to the back. Three heats, I believe the top 4 automatically transfer into tonight's A main. Everybody else will work out of the 2 B mains. We'll find 5 from each of those. And our 22 car field will be set. Here we come. Out of 4. Man, Trevor Royer timed that perfect. He's going to open up a gigantic gap. Sheridan now trying to work to the inside of Wansing, and Wansing clips the fence with the right front, clips it with the right rear. Now gets a little bit of help from Shazinski as he's trying to get it back underneath him. He's going to fall back to about 6th. Royer way out front. Sheridan in 2nd. Then Morano and Shazinski. That's your 4 transfer cars at the moment, but Sebeski's got something to say, and he's got 2.5 laps to say it. About who's going to transfer and who's going to have to come out of a B main. 2 to go that time by, and Shazinski closes the door on Sebeski. Now he'll go and stay in the middle. Make it a little bit narrower lane down there. Oh, a little contact between the 2. That ought to seal the deal. It's going to be Royer winning Heat 1. Sheridan will hang on for 2nd. Morano's going to hang on for 3rd. And Shazinski will take the final transfer spot from Heat 1. Sebeski, Wansing, Nicodemus, Cottrell, and Scheidt will be in one of our 2 B mains shortly. So now we'll move on to heat number 2. And we're going to line them up with Mason Hannigan, the little Hurricane in the 71. He'll actually be the 22 on the pole, and he'll have Johnny Anderson in the 7 on his outside. Ross Carrenta in the 10 car. 3 10 cars in here tonight. He's row 2 to the inside. Next to Miles Jensen, and Jensen has been absent for a few weeks from the series. He comes back and starts P4 in heat 2. The 6 of Doc Watson. Row 3 to the inside, and he'll have the 118 of the Tiny Dancer, Scott King. The poor man's Elton John on his outside. And then the 21 of Garrett Boyd inside, and the 91 of Matt Grimm on the outside of the 4th and final row. Ross Carrenta there in the 10, the 71 on the outside. That's Miles Jensen. I know we've got Andy Hillenberg throwback coming probably in the next heat. Going to be from Dean Reynolds. Scotty King. Scotty got the old Junker wing back on the car. Put that refurbed duct tape wing back on top of the 118. And your front row, the 22 and the 24. Johnny Anderson in that black 24, trimmed in red. As we'll get ready to go green here. Heat number 2. The green flag in the air, and a great start for Hannigan. Hannigan right to the bottom, got the left front up on that berm, and it got the car tight, and he slid across the track. Now he goes high side in 3 and 4. Anderson was going at him. A little tap on the tail tank, got Hannigan out of shape. Now Anderson goes by. Slider from Hannigan. I think he tried to park it. He didn't want to go all the way to the fence. Easy crossover for Anderson. These two are going to go at it left and right. Good, hard, clean racing right now. Up front, Anderson trying to use the narrow sliver of track that he is being given to get around Hannigan. 4 to go. Battles at the front. We're not going anywhere else. Anderson across and up. Now Hannigan will throw the slider down in 3 and 4, but Anderson goes all the way to the top shelf, and he'll grab the lead with 3 to go. Jansen is third in the 4th spot. Currently, Ross Corinta in the transfer. Anderson down to the bottom in 1 and 2. He's coming around to see the white flag. He's way out wide in 3 and 4, almost dragging the fence, trying to knock the beadlock bolts off of that 24 car. Hannigan got a great run through 1 and 2. He's going to go into 3 and 4. Is he going to try to power it through? Yes, he does. Contact! Hannigan didn't even get the win. Jansen stole it. Hannigan was second. Anderson third, and Corinta in 4th. A lot of contact there. King, Grimm, Boyd, and Watson will be in B mains. A lot of contact in that one right at the end of the heat race. But we will get ready for our final heat race. The drivers will talk that out down in the pits. Everybody will be happy by the time we get to feature racing tonight. It's going to be the 73 of Larry Moody on the pole, and he'll have the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby, in the 7 on his outside. Your second row, Bowen Smith in the 12, next to the 83 of Thaddeus Marshall. Then Austin Nicholson, the 41, inside row 3, with Josh Whiteman in the 24 on the outside of that row. And our final row for the final heat, the 79 of Dean Reynolds on the inside, and Ashton Mueller in the 33 on the outside. Let's go down here and let's focus just a little bit. EOL car going to the back, Bowen Smith. There's an Andy Hillenberg throwing back the 79 tonight, sporting that all black with the gold engine turn numbers. Dean Reynolds. Dirt Car Dean. And Bowen Smith on the back of the heat. Maybe having to serve a penalty for something that I don't recall, but I know he went to the back. He was scheduled to start third. Still Moody and Silby up front. A little bumping, a little grinding in heat two. The drivers will have that all worked out. The top 4 stayed the top 4, just not in the right order that they entered turn 3 on, but they all transferred through. So hopefully nobody's feathers got too ruffled as we get ready for heat 3, and the green flag flies. Silby went from the outside to the inside before they got to turn 1 and could not get around Moody. Moody will lead the first lap. Silby second. Nicholson and Marshall were side by side for 3rd and 4th. They're leaving the door open for Josh Whiteman. Whiteman, good run up the backstretch. A little give there, trying to make it 3 wide. And he'll be the meat in the sandwich coming out of 4. Reynolds was on the bottom. Contact. Whiteman going to drop back. So is Reynolds, as there was some contact between Nicholson and Whiteman. Everybody keeps them facing forward right now. Ashton Mueller, the car on the move. He puts himself in a transfer spot. He started 8th. And Craig Silby, we're getting a caution. We got to get a caution. We're not getting a caution for this. Everybody going to keep them going. I don't know what happened to Craig Silby, but his car is broken, and he is going to be on the hook. We'll try to go back, take a look at that real quick. Right now it's Moody, Marshall, Nicholson, and Reynolds in transfer spots. Whiteman now back to 5th. He's got some ground to make up if he's going to grab a transfer spot here. Then Smith and Mueller back behind. And I don't know where that contact started with Silby, but he got Mueller and several others before it was over. Dean Reynolds now making a pass for 3rd on the white flag lap. Moody is going to the A main. Marshall's going with him. 3rd and 4th, it looks like it's going to be Dean Reynolds and Josh Whiteman. Nicholson, Smith, Mueller, and Silby all having to go through the B main. And I wanted to see Silby and Marshall. Oh, and I don't know, that could have been net code. So Maybe I have to go back and look at that, but we're getting a B main with 13 cars. We're taking 10. We're going to do away with the 2, and we're going to go to a single. And it'll be Sebeski and King on the front row, Nicholson and Wansing in row 2, Grimm and Bowen in row 3, Nicodemus and Boyd in row 4, Mealer and Cottrell row 5, Watson and Silby in row 6. And Scheit on the back. You got to be in the top 10 to make it through. He even duct taped Tiny Dancer on the front of that wing. Cody Kelly, why are you booing that guy? Wait a minute. I can't get close enough. Well, maybe I can here. Maybe we're going to get close enough to see what that says on the side of the wing of the 41. I may regret this, folks. I couldn't read it, but I do know who that is on the side of that wing. I would imagine that has to be pretty funny, whatever it is. So we're going to get 12 laps, top 10. Go to the show tonight. Everybody else going to be finished. Sounded good. Okay. Boo, Boyd. I mean, I get it. You know, drag it out a little bit. Boyd. Yeah, it'll be all right. All right, pace truck. Out of the way. 12 laps to see who transfers to tonight's A main. Green flag. Big start by Sebeski. Scott King thought he was going to get run over by Nicholson. He did not get a great start. Everybody squirts away from it nice and clean. Top 4 pretty good. It's a madhouse behind that. There goes Bowen Smith. He went to the top side. I don't think he ever took his foot off the gas pedal. He drove around 6 cars to get up to the 5th spot. Put him there. Nicodemus, Mealer, Watson, Scheit, Silby. They're side by side. That's 9 and 10. There's your 2 final transfer cars right there. The 10 and the 7. Wansing, little ways off. He's missing the front wing already. So is Cottrell. And Garrett Boyd, well, looks like 21 car, heavily damaged. Kind of sinking down on the right front, like maybe the suspension was broken on that 21 car, and his night's going to be over quick, fast, and in a hurry. Sebeski, well, Sebeski, he's got about a straightaway lead already over Scott King. King enjoying about 8 to 10 car lengths over a battle between Grimm and Smith for 3rd. 12 cars still on track, 10 spots still available. We're going to get into lap traffic here momentarily because Sebeski has almost caught Cottrell. Cottrell running without a front wing. That car's got to be real tight getting in the corners here. Wave lap was that time. We're already down to 4 to go. 7P. Right in front of your leader. Good practice for the feature. How are we going to pass lap cars? That's how we're going to do it. We're going to get patient. We're going to set things up. Sebeski goes by. He'll come to 2 to go. Grimm now has gotten around Scott King. He's up to 2nd. King is still 3rd. Mealer trying to move forward. He's picked off 5 already, and they're reeling them in. Mealer and Bowen, they're catching Tiny Dancer right here. White flag coming out. Lap car of Preston Cottrell is going to be a factor in this battle right here. Bowen to the bottom. Mealer to the top. They make contact. Sebeski and Grimm go through. Big pile up coming out of 4. Who's going to be the top 10? Sebeski, Grimm, Smith, King, Nicholson. Nicodemus, Silmy, Mealer, Scheidt, and Watson make it through. Watson, Cottrell, and Boyd will be our 3 odd cars out. Wow, that got exciting. Turn 4 looks like Calamity Corner here tonight. We had a problem in Heat 1, or Heat 2. We're having a problem in the B main getting out of turn number 4. So boys will get out here. They're going to give them a couple of minutes. Quick reminder. No show tomorrow night. Wednesday night. Midwest Truck Series back in action, season opener. Drivers being told, hey, check it up, boys. We're going to wait for just a second. Not sure. Maybe they're having a quick drivers meeting before the feature. Thursday night, still in the works. Not sure what we're going to cover. We've been kind of put on stay alert. Big thank you to all of the sponsors putting this thing on tonight. Midwest Barbecue for their barbecue equipment. Their title sponsorship for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. England Farms, Rock and K Logistics, Jess and Jim Steakhouse, Scott King Designs, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Tim Sims. The list is just so long. So many people get involved with this, and we love every second of it. The guys appreciate it all. Scherzinski and Hannigan back here parking side by side. I'm sure that can't be good for the rest of the field. They are planning, plotting something. You never know. But these guys are just going to get a minute or two here, I think. I'm about to find out, I think. 30 seconds. And they're going to advance it. So the guy's not going to go out and burn the track down. All right, session advancing. That means that it is time for a 30-lap feature. And on Monday Night Thunder, you get the Thunder. From the big blocks, you get the Lightning from the sprint cars, and it is sprint car time. So it's going to be Trevor Royer and Johnny Anderson, the defending series champion. And he's only about a 10-time champion in the series. On the pole, Johnny Anderson, former feature winner in the series. We'll start on the front row. Larry Moody, the 73. Michael Sheridan, the 15. Michael Sheridan, a former series champion and multi-time feature winner in the series. In row 2, Mason Hannigan. Well, Mason Hannigan's been a multi-time feature winner. He and Thaddeus Marshall, the 22 and 83, make up row 3. Row 4, the 32 of Anthony Morano, and the 71 of Miles Jensen. Dean Reynolds in the 79, Alex Rzinski in the 23. They make up a row number 5. Row 6 is Ross Carrenta in the 10 and Josh Whiteman in the 24. Then Chris Sobeski in the 21 and Matt Grimm in the 91 in row 7. Bowen Smith, the 12, the 118 of Scott King in row number 8. Row 9 is Austin Nicholson in the 41 and Nick Nicodemus in another 10 car in the field. And Craig Silby in the 7. Next to Ashton Mueller in the 33 and Ryan Scheidt in the 10 car. In row 11 next to Doc Watson. That's your 22 car starting field. They'll go around here 30 times under the green flag. First time ever for the Midwest Barbecue Equipment 360 Wing Sprint Cars in competition at Husets Speedway for Dirt Slingers Racing League on Monday Night Thunder. And we're expecting a really quick show here. 22 completely capable drivers. Anybody in the field has a chance to win it, but I tell you, I think the winner is going to come out of those front 3 rows right there. Trevor Royer and Johnny Anderson about to give us the green light.
Green.
And we're underway. Swapping lines. Royer went from inside out. Anderson went outside in. Now they'll both go to the top of turns 3 and 4. Here's Michael Sheridan. Up to the third, right in front of Hannigan. Hannigan had to escape a 3-wide just to get there. He's fourth. Behind him, Marshall, Moody, Jansen, Shazinski. It is a pack of cars. The rest of the way back, the front five have singled out way back here. Scheidt on the high side. Silby on the inside. Nicholson trying to get around Silby. Bowen Smith made tracks in the B main, and he is going nowhere. Caution. Anthony Morano. And Morano going to have all kinds of crazy problems here. He's running about 7th right here. Oh, he may have gotten a little help from Dean Smith. When he got in the corner car, got a little sideways, and Smith may have gotten up and gotten into that push bar on the back. Scott King is in the work area. Craig Silby's in the work area. Ryan Scheidt is in the work area. Anthony Morano is in the work area. Trevor Royer has the lead. Johnny Anderson second. I think Mason Hannigan is up to third. Sheridan is fourth. Marshall, Jansen, Shazinski, Moody, Whiteman, and Grimm are the top 10 right now. Tight track, and if something happens, especially if you're in any kind of traffic, a lot of drivers just don't have enough time to react if they're very close to you at all. Silby and King are still on pit road. Ryan Scheidt I don't see anymore, but the pace truck's out of the way and the green flag is back in the air. Hannigan's going to the bottom. Catfishing Husets Speedway. Going to work up to second as Anderson finds a problem with the fence coming out of 4. Almost got the car hung up. It'll be 4 wide coming out of turn number 2. Everybody looks like they're going to survive. Marshall had a little tap from Jansen. He got the car back up underneath him. He'll fall to 7th. He's right in front of Moody. There's Shazinski. 360. He's going to keep it going. Shazinski back to 11th. Track looks like if you get up too far on the cushion, it's getting a little bit rough. Carenta right in front of Shazinski. Let's look a little bit further forward because Moody was in the middle. Whiteman was coming on the outside. Thaddeus Marshall was already up there, and Matt Grimm had a look on the bottom. Carenta and Shazinski had a moment. Shazinski to the infield. Get back to our leaders because it's going to be a hot battle shortly. 19 to go this time, and Royer's lead is shrinking. Hannigan is reeling him in on the bottom. Mason Hannigan's keeping that left rear tire right down against the berm in 1 and 2, and he is making up a lot of time in a hurry. Almost pulls alongside down the backstretch. He might pull alongside out of turn number 4. It'll be a drag race down the backstretch. Hannigan, for the first time, leads Royer to second.
All right, man.
And caution, the 83 of Marshall. Michael Sheridan. Oh, little net code, a little bit of net code, and that's going to destroy the 83 as he gets up on the fence. But you could see a big gap between those two cars. Just the tiniest bit of net code. That's all it takes. You get close to each other and the hit boxes aren't exactly sure where they are. They act like they touch and somebody gets hurt out of that deal. Wanted to go back real quick while we had just a moment and watch this deal with Shazinski. He and Carinta. Look like 23 car, little out of shape coming out of 4. Carinta was already kind of there and coming up off the corner, and they made contact, and it put Shazinski back in the fence. But we're about to go one more lap, and then we'll get back to green. Actually, the way Hannigan was rolling in, I couldn't see the pace truck, and I thought maybe we were about to get a restart. Sebeski is in the infield. I just noticed that. He's been in there for about 7 or 8 laps now. Marshall, Morano, Shazinski, Sebeski, King, Silby, and Scheidt all retired. So take 22, pull out those 7. We got 15 cars remaining. 14 are on the track. Bowen Smith may be a DNF as well, as here comes King and Morano back on track. They're going to be a few laps down, but they are going to try to get back in, salvage some points. Now we'll get a restart. Hannigan down the hill. Royer in tow, and Anderson still hanging on to 3rd. That's Jansen to 4th, and Sheridan is 5th. Moody still up here running the top 6. He tried to make a move on Sheridan right there. He's got his teammate, Josh Whiteman, peeking to the inside. Moody not giving up an inch of racetrack, wants to try to use as much as he can to try to get around Michael Sheridan. Now Whiteman will go to the high side. Will the momentum line work? It looks like it's blocked in. Sheridan is up there, and Moody's got the middle. Now a cut to the bottom from Whiteman. He almost made it 3 wide. He goes back to the top. Contact, I think that's Matt Grimm. Grimm bounces it off the fence. He'll keep it going, but he's quite a ways back. Best battle on the track right there. Those 3 guys, and they've been going at it for about 5 laps. Whiteman looks faster, but he just cannot find a way to get by these 2. We're down to 9 laps to go. Hannigan starting to get away from Royer. And now Whiteman clears Moody. Moody's going to get into a little bit of a scuffle behind. That was Carinta I saw go sideways. He gathers it up. No, he did not get it gathered up. He's going to end up in trouble. And Ross Carinta. Right there, a little contact between the 33 and the 73. Carinta, he about has it saved. Oh, there we go. He loped it trying to just get it up to speed. And so we will slow down once again. And I think we'll have about 7 laps remaining when we get back to green flag racing with Hannigan, Royer, Anderson, Jansen, Sheridan, Whiteman, Moody, Mealer, Nicodemus, and Reynolds in the top 10. Grimm, Nicholson, and Watson rounding out the remaining cars on field. Carinta, Morano, everybody else either off or laps down. Scott King, he looks like he's about 12 laps down. I see lights still flashing on the pace track, so we're going at least one more time. Three cautions. We are going to have a 7-lap shootout to close it out. Hannigan had it out to about 0.8 of a second before the caution. We'll see if he can get away from Royer, or does Royer have a little something left in the 90 car? Pretty good start for Hannigan. He opens it up to about 6 car lengths right away. He'll go bottom hunting. Royer will go to the top. Anderson in third went to the bottom, and so did fourth place Miles Jansen. Sheridan is working the top, trying to hold off Whiteman. That's for a top 5 position right now. We're coming around this time out of 4, wave lap, 5 to go. Hannigan hanging on, but the gap is not growing. In fact, that time by, it shrunk just a little bit, and now it's down to just a couple of car lengths. Royer starting to get the top rolling. Through 1 and 2, he'll have a run up the back stretch. Caution, and that'll slow things down. The 24 of Josh Whiteman. Michael Sheridan right there. Tiny bit of contact. Oh, hit the fence, and had he not tipped over, I think we would have been okay. But he tipped it over. The tiniest bit of contact right there. Coming up off the corner. Sheridan was right there. They made contact, and Tommy tip over down the front stretch in Whiteman's car. Looks like it's headed for the infield. So a 3-lap shootout this time. Close quarters racing. I mean, this is a quarter-mile track. War of attrition. Really kind of getting us tonight. Hannigan, Royer, Anderson, Jansen, Sheridan, Mealer, Moody, Nicodemus, Reynolds, Grimm, Watson, and Nicholson are the running order. Scott King is back there a few laps down. He will still finish in 16th. He will not have enough laps to pass Corinta or Murano. So restart this time. Hannigan, deep back, just in the center of the corner, jumps over the berm coming out of 4. Royer had something going. He was going to make a challenge out of it. He had enough momentum, and he had the rhythm. We're coming to 2 to go. Can he get that going again? He's going to get there. 1 and 2 are the downfall for the 90 car. He just doesn't get a run out of that set of corners. He does here in 3 and 4. The white flag coming out this time by Mason Hannigan. Trying to do it again. He's going to come out of turn 4, and he'll win for the first time at Husets. Royer second, Anderson third. Jansen and Sheridan 4 and 5. Sixth to Mealer, Moody 7, Reynolds 8, Nicodemus 9, Grimm was 10th. 11th was Watson, Nicholson in 12th, Whiteman 13th, Murano 14th, Corinta 15th, King 16th, Bowen Smith 17th, Marshall 18th, Szerzinski 19th, Sebeski in 20th, Silby and Scheidt 21 and 22 this evening. There we go. There's Johnny Anderson. Yeah, it says Johnny, but I think it's Jack. So let's grab our drivers one at a time. I know they're going to make their way over here. Jack Anderson, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. A podium finish here. You started up front and you kept it close all night long. Just looked like this track was pretty tricky.
Yeah, it was. I felt like at some points I was a little bit faster than Trevor, but Trevor really came on strong there at the end because that guy can just run the lip like it's nobody's business. I feel like I could move around a lot. I was really good on both top and the bottom. Mason was super fast. I feel like I was faster than for like the first 2 laps, and then I'd kind of just fade on the bottom, so I kept going back up to the top after like the first or second lap on restarts. And yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I don't really know what else I could have done better. Started second, went back 1, which isn't great. mean, wish I would have won the dang thing, but it is what it is. And yeah, it's my third place of the night for league. So I mean, I can't complain. That's gonna be good for points in my other one, and this one is just for funsies. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it looked like the first time here at Husets for the 360 sprint cars at DSRL, and this place, it's small, it's tight, and if something happens, it happens really fast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, this place is fun. This is my first actual like sprint car race here. I haven't ran an official or a league here yet, so it's good to get a little bit of test and tune before my other league. So I felt really really good, and yeah, just gotta be 2 spots better next time.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here.
I want to thank Aero Sim Sport. Yeah, I switched over to them this week actually. The sets have been phenomenal, absolute rippers. Yeah, Mueller built setups, Asher Mueller Racing, Jocko Sprint Parts, yeah, Gay Stevens Designs. Yeah, this thing was an absolute rocket tonight. I wish I could have been a little bit better. A couple changes I know I probably shouldn't have made, but didn't. But yeah, not a horrible run. Definitely gonna be happy with third place.
All right, man, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you back hopefully next week in the 410s.
Yep, that's the plan. Thanks you guys for having me. Thanks for putting on the show.
Jack Anderson finishing in third. Now let's go talk to the guy that started up front. And I don't know, what do you got to do to hold your teammate back there, Mr. Royer? Because, man, he flew right by.
I needed the top to come in a little sooner, maybe find my line a little sooner. Yeah, he was really good on the bottom. Got to the front pretty quick, and I was still kind of figuring out if the top was my option. I was kind of cutting it close on fuel because I didn't think I was going to be running the top that much, and then I ended up going all in on it. Yeah, I feel like a couple more laps. I mean, I think I got at least a nose on him there coming to the line. I think I was starting to hit 3 and 4 better and better every lap, and yeah. Mason's Mason, man. He's tough to beat. Don't really matter what kind of sprint car. Don't really matter how many laps he has on the track. This was his first league race at this track, and he gets the win. So congrats to him. He did everything right. Nearly stole it from him, but I'll take it. I'll take it for the points and move on past this track that I don't really have nice things to say about, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, we're glad you chose to leave it at that, man. Still a good night, like you said, in the points, and I know you're a big picture racer, so put this one in the rear view and start getting ready for the 410 race next week, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, give me them shout-outs and them thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, everyone on my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, you, Roger, for putting this on, Scott for doing the admin work, and congrats to Mason again on the win. Hopefully I can get him next week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next week, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is Trevor Royer. He finishes second tonight, and now he's been in here a lot this season. And for a guy that runs part-time, Mason Hannigan, another win notched. I heard it was your first league race at Husets.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this place. Honestly, the race is pretty good. I about got my ass whooped by Trevor there, but I was just able to do my old classic stuff there and just roll hot bottom like a sissy. So, yeah, that was interesting. It definitely races interesting, and it races tight, but I think I mean, I think it'll be a pretty good track for like 410s and stuff like that, and I feel like you can get the top rolling, and maybe start with it less slick coming to the feature. I don't know, it's tough, but it races really good, honestly. Like if you can hit the bottom, and you're set up to run the bottom, you can roll the bottom, and if you're set up to run the top, you can rip the top. So yeah, that's a pretty good race there between Trevor and Johnny, and yeah, I don't know what to think about this joint. Tight, I do know that.
We saw you go straight to the bottom immediately. You started there on the inside of that third row and didn't take but just a handful of laps. And, you know, we're expecting to see Trevor go to the top, rip the lip, grind the bead bolts off of it. And next thing we know, the 22 car's just catfishing nice and easy around the bottom. And you had the lead. And really, he barely challenged you except for that last restart.
Yeah, I mean, he challenged me there in the center of the race. Like, I got to him, and I could get the inside of him. Then he kind of pulled me, and then I get the inside of him, and he pulled me, and then I think it's just a little treacherous up there. So he made a couple mistakes, and I got to the lead, and then I didn't know. I feel like a couple of the restarts I was further enough out where it's just like, man, just get me to the checkered already. But that's just how it goes sometimes in short track racing for some of these guys. So yeah, other than that though, it's pretty damn fun.
Awesome job, man. We're going to have to check you for hot shoe. It's 2 in a row, right? You won. Oh, no, that was 410s last week. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah, okay,
my bad. Never mind. I don't even know anymore either since we're flopping back and forth. It's become kind of interesting.
Old age.
Well, yeah, let's throw that as a factor in there too. But give me some shout outs and some thank yous. And go ahead.
I always got to throw out old age with you, but other than
I appreciate
that,
that.
Motorsports, Velocity Races Science, Roger for putting this deal on and putting up with our shit, and even broadcasting it. I can't believe you got that in you. Fucking, I know here in about 10 minutes, so you're gonna be hitting the bed because you passed your bedtime.
Oh, way past. Like 15, 20 minutes past.
Oh, shit.
I may not make it to the weather, my friend. All right, man, another win notched in for you. Hopefully one of these days we get all those stats together. We can post them up, and then we'll know.
I'm waiting.
It takes a while to compile. Plus, I'm old, okay? It takes a long time to compile this stuff.
I got to take that into consideration that you're a little bit older.
All right, my man. Well, great win. We'll look forward to seeing you back in the 410s next week, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Your winner tonight, the little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. He is making a habit of winning these races over here, and it's fun to watch these guys, especially when him and Royer get to going up front. It's good to see Anderson back in, Miles Jansen with a 4th-place finish. Michael Sheridan, loved having him back. I told him I was super happy to see his name back on the roster tonight. We know we're going to miss him for a little while. Godspeed to him, man. Get well soon. Everybody that made it out tonight, I know some guys finished poorly because of a little bit of contact. But, man, short track racing is sometimes you're going to get a little bump, a little grind, a little bent metal here and there. But all in all, good night of racing for these guys. First time at Husets. They'll get better as time goes on. We'll bring them back here next season as well and have some fun with it. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we saw all night long here on Monday Night Thunder, there is nothing to cover. So everybody gets a high five and a pat on the back. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday night for sure. Midwest Truck Series about 8:30 Eastern. So they kick off their new season. And then we'll let you know what's going to happen on Thursday as soon as we know. Until then, keep the rough side facing down. You got to keep it dirty at all times for us until we see you again.